Afternoon here with Israeli News Live, giving little hints about here and there, and have not been able to say very much as of yet. I mentioned to you, for one, that the week of the 6th would not be the week when things go down as far as plans to try to keep President Trump in power. That you could most likely look for it closer to inauguration. And I am working on some more details behind the scenes so that I can begin to share this information with you. And I also said it would not be based on voter fraud. So one thing that did come to me today, though, was something that I mentioned to you guys in a video. I don't know, maybe the last video I did. I forget exactly which one it was. I discussed about where my uncle, he's retired law enforcement, worked with FBI as well, said to me that when we were looking at the possible civil unrest due to the election, and this was months ago, I told him about how that the Chinese were poised to strike this nation in the near future, and he made the statement to me that the way the Chinese would come in would more than likely be under the guise of United Nations force after we went through a civil unrest, but it would not be anything benevolent. It would be to subdue the people, finish disarming the nation, etc. Well, I got a message today from Washington that the Democrats have already reached out to the Chinese, wanting to get help to deal with the transition of power. I don't know the full details as of yet. I haven't had a chance to look to see if that's already been disclosed in the news. Maybe it has. If it has, maybe you guys could, share some comments or send something to me there if it's already been shared in the news. But if it hasn't, this is what I've been told already today. The Chinese have been approached by the Democrats to help with this issue going on in America, and their fears. Why would they be reaching out to the Chinese? And then they sit there and talk about Trump about reaching out to the Russians. What's the difference, right? Anyway, listen, Yana will be joining me later tonight. We're going to be discussing these things, and hopefully we can get some more clarification to maybe be able to share some things with you about things that are coming up. And but it's great. Oh, and also I got a message from a friend of mine on Twitter saying that there has been some kind of power cable that was severed, and 115 cities are being affected by this, and that the Air Force was on high alert. I haven't been able to look into that much deeper as of yet. Appreciate the friend that sent that to me on Twitter. And, so just hold tight. We'll be updating you guys as soon as I possibly can here. And we'll be going over these things. Oh, one more thing as well. This is very critical. And I'm going to have to speak in a roundabout way here because we are on YT, you know what I mean? And YT doesn't like you to say certain things. Good friend of mine, his sister is a doctor in California. Well, she's not allowed to say publicly or to speak out or to disclose what's going on for those people that are getting the jab. But from what I was told today, at the very hospital she works at, 2 of the doctors have deceased. And people in the 55 to 70-year-old range, after getting that jab, some 7 of them are dying of heart attacks. And they're keeping this all covered up. I'm going to be sharing this and other information. Jan had put together some information about that as well. The number of medical workers affected, we'll just say that, affected by this. And again, we know we can't say things here because you know what is an all-time high. Anyway, thank you for listening. Later, probably later tonight before we release this, but and it will probably be in a way to where you'll have to go to one of the other channels to see it. I apologize for that. And by the way, folks over there at iConnect, they are continually trying to figure out the things that are going on, and they are working on a new fix because they see the comments where people are saying they're not able to play the video. They finally figured out what most of the problems were. And what it is, there's a lot of you guys that have devices that cannot watch things in HD or even SD. It's actually a lower format. They said it's a very costly endeavor to fix, but they are going to fix it to where their system can identify what your equipment is so that it does not send you a high definition video and whether you're using a smartphone or an Android or something like that, and then you not be able to watch it. Or even if your computer system is not able to handle that type of format. They said they were sending everything out in high definition, and this is